Hey, you guys. Hey, gals. Teacher Ash here. If you want to know the biggest issue that teachers have and 5 simple things that you can do as a teacher to fix it, stay tuned. Okay, so if you may or may not know, I believe I've mentioned this in my videos, S plural. If you may or may not know, but I am actually not only a VIPKID teacher, but I'm also a music teacher. So I teach band instruments, I teach chorus, I teach piano, guitar, etc. I'm pretty versatile. But even from back when I was teaching in an actual brick and mortar school, public school system, a lot of teachers have this same issue, and even I had this issue. And people say, "Oh, music, y'all got issues with engagement." Yes, we do. So the biggest issue for us as teachers, whether you're online, whether you are homeschooling, whether you are in private, charter, public. Did I say public already? But anyway, if you are in any type of schooling, the biggest issue that we have as teachers is student engagement. Can I get a whoop whoop? I know you agree. Let's be real, you guys. It's a big issue, especially now where there's so many distractions, you guys. You have these cell phones, you have these tablets, you got these little fidget spinners. Oh my God, I hate those things. That's a total different video. I hate those things. Those are the worst things invented. Like, instead of, you know what, I'm not even gonna get into it because I can't stand them things. But you have all these distractions around. You know what I mean? So if more than before, student engagement is super hard. It can be a lot of teachers do. So when it comes to now, this is just in person. Can you imagine when you are online? This is 5 ways to keep your students engaged. Okay? So this is my number one. My number one. 80%, probably 90% of our ways of communicating as human beings is verbal. No, it's not, guys. It is nonverbal. Nonverbal means that speaking. So how I'm speaking to you right now, I just told you like 10 different things and didn't say a word. We communicate that way, you guys. And the largest unit, not even the largest, the most well known and universal symbol of friendliness and engagement is a smile. Teachers, you have got to smile, especially when you are online like this. You have got to smile. Now, it's different. Of course, you got to smile in the classroom. But when you're in this environment where the thing that's dividing you all, you and your student, is A, 1,000 miles or more, and B, a computer screen, you got to smile. You got to draw your student in. And you know what a smile does? Yes, it may give you a little bit of laugh lines. I have a bunch of laugh lines coming up, but they're not going to come up anymore, y'all. But that's a whole nother issue. um, you have got to smile. And when you smile, you automatically put yourself, your aura, your personality, your person into a happy place. And that aura comes off to the student. It does. I promise you it does. It does. Now, based on my videos, you've seen a lot of different videos on YouTube, and you can see a lot of different videos have a different aura based on the person who's doing them. If you don't agree, go change to another video. Not right now. Wait until I'm finished. But change to another video after this one. Not even my videos. Go to a totally different person. And you're going to get a different aura, a different feeling from them. And that aura can be fixed A smile can take you a far way, you guys. You got to start smiling. I'm going to show you two different teachers. You ready? Hi, my name is Teacher Ashley. What is your name? Hi, my name is Teacher Ashley. What is your name? Now, if you're online, what teacher would you want? One or two? Two. You would want teacher two because the teacher was engaging, the teacher had a smile. You wanted to hear what she had to say. You guys have got to you just make sure that you have a smile on. Yes, I know smiling hurts. It does hurt. But you know what? It eventually it'll become habit. Like for me, I love smiling. That teacher one was really hard because it was like my face was like, what are you doing, Ash? But really, I love smiling, and it draws into your personality too. It makes your heart smile. When you smile, your heart smiles. Okay, that's one. Two. Now, this is very important. Be observant to what your student has around, has on, has in their background, and what's going on around them. I say that because it's very important. When you are observant about what's going on around your student's background, it can definitely get your student engaged in what you have to say because now the student can say, oh, shoot, he or she is actually paying attention to what's going on around me. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you feel like you actually care, that you're not just talking to the student like a customer. You're actually their teacher. Give you an example. Now, based on what you see in my background, based on what I'm wearing, what are some things that you can observe about me? One thing is that I'm dainty. I'm silly because I have pearls around my neck. I have pearls around my neck. I have flowers. I have this heart. I don't think you can see the heart. I have my lights. I look engaging. I look like I'm having fun. I'm a fun person. So also you can see that I love that I'm the Chinese and American relationship because I have a Chinese flag and I have an American flag. Do y'all see that? That's another thing. I love print. Do you see my print here? Y'all see that? That's another thing. Just be observant to what's going on. Just this morning, I had a class at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's now 8:36. I had a class this morning, and as soon as I didn't have my camera on. This is way before the class, but I saw that the mom was in the frame. In the frame. So I said, okay, I already know she loves her mama. Oh, everybody loves her mama. I love my mama, but I know the student has a great relationship with their mom. Like her mom was like sitting right next to her, and she was having a full blown conversation before the class. That was the one thing. I said, okay, this student has a really great relationship with their mom. Two, my student had like these really cute bows, and then she had like pigtails coming out. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I didn't really pay attention to that until probably about 2 minutes within the class. And I said, I love your hair and your bows are so pretty. Automatically, you all, this little girl, a huge smile pops on her face. And she's like, thank you, Teacher Ashley. She was really sweet, though. Oh my gosh. But just that alone, it shows that you care. I had a boy student. One time he had like this necktie. I guess he had just come from school and he had my class and he had a necktie and he just kept fidgeting with it. And I said, is that from school? And he was like, what? And he was like, I was like, your necktie, is that from school? And he said, yes. And I said, is that your favorite color? It was green. Is that your favorite color? And he said, yes. So everything I did, you all, I literally used after I noticed that green, I used the green Sharpie. I mean, green Expo marker throughout the class. He was engaged the whole 25 minutes. That's just being observant, just paying attention to your student. And it's so easy. You can get so many, you can make a topic about what you see around, and automatically you have that student, you have them right in the palm of your hand. Number 3, be silly. Be silly, especially online, you guys. Be silly, but know that you have a job to do. There's a fine line between that. You can't be silly the whole class and then, forget that you have a class. Or you have to can't be silly the whole time. Eventually it gets boring and it's like annoying. Let's be real. You got to pick and choose when you are silly. Now, my number 3 and my number 4 go hand in hand, because my number 4 is using a lot of props. Not using a lot of props. You actually don't have to use a lot of props. If you all see my little bin over here, it's really not a lot of things in it. But I usually, this is my Barney. This is all from my 90s babies, but this is my Barney. I use him. I have my Mr. Potato Head here. I use him. As you can see back here, that is my orange dinosaur I got from Dollar Tree. I mean, I use those things and I'll be like, hello, hello. Just silly stuff like that. You know how many laughs I get from that alone? Like, it's just random stuff that I just think of on my own, like on the spot. I'm just a silly person to begin with. My silliness that you get from my videos, that is really me. Like, I'm actually a very silly person, and I can be real fool. Not fool like foolish, but fool as in silly. So this is not an act. This is for real. But I don't mind being silly. I don't mind having a laugh, you know, and I can be real fool. Now, this is another prop. This is not a toy. This is an index card with letters on it. Flashcard. Now, what this looks different from what is this? Is different. This, I'm going to show you two different teachers. What is this? What is this? I said the same thing, basically, but the second teacher, it made you want to slick laugh because you're like, what? Did you just get hit with a C? Like, who thinks of that? But it's silly. It's silly. And it makes you want to be engaged in what what it's saying. Like, why did she just hit herself with an index card? That's silly. Don't be afraid to be fooled on this camera. Don't. Don't be afraid, because it's just a camera. It really just is a camera, and it's really not that big of a deal. You're dealing with kids. They like silly teachers. Not silly as in and we don't get any work done. Silly as in you're not afraid to have fun. Okay? So that is 3 and 4. Okay? My last thing, my most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is have fun. Have fun. Don't be afraid to use high voices and low voices and making silly faces. Don't be afraid. Have fun, okay? Have fun. If you don't have fun, I know your students not going to have fun. Let's be real. You got to have fun at some point. Listen, I think the fact that I'm a musician, it makes me an artist. So I took a little bit of theater in college, and I did almost minor in theater. I think a lot of it rubbed off in the way I teach, because I can be very dramatic and very actress. Is that a word? No, it's not. I can be very dramatic. And I'm very dynamic in the way I speak, because I know that when I am dynamic, I know that you're going to be engaged in what I have to say. Simple. Just a use of the vocal cords. Okay? So, have fun. If you don't have fun, I know your student won't. and you want your class to be engaging, and you want your student to learn. And if they wanted to read out of a textbook, they could just go get a textbook, you guys. Don't be a textbook. Okay? So that was my 5 ways to keep your students engaged in what you have to say with your online classroom. Classroom. So, what are your tips that you use? Do you have any tips? What are some things that you use to keep your students engaged? If you have some, put them down below. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, it was nice talking to you all once again. Of course, subscribe, and subscribe. Until next time, peace, love, and hair grease. Bye, guys.